The wedding of the crown prince has become the main event of the year in Jordan. The elite from all over the world gathered there, but Queen Noor of Jordan was not among the guests. Why Jordan's royal family didn't want to see her at the wedding, and how did the life of Queen Noor turn out after the death of her husband King Hussein? Keep watching to find out her life story. This is Wow Channel. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for notifications. Let's begin! Hussein bin Talal was the greatest king of Jordan. He got his title at the age of 16 and ruled the country for 47 years. He is known for transforming Jordan into a stable modern state. However, he was unlucky in love for a long time. King Hussein married for the first time at the age of 20. This marriage was arranged by the parents, so the couple didn't love each other and they divorced 2 years later. His second marriage was more successful and lasted 11 years. King Hussein and his wife Antoinette Gardiner raised 4 children. Their oldest son, Abdullah II, is the current king of Jordan. King Hussein's third marriage to Queen Alia lasted only 5 years because his wife tragically died in a military helicopter crash. The king's fourth marriage was the most successful. Shortly after the death of his third wife, Hussein met the American Lisa Najib Halabi. At the time of the wedding, she was 27 years old and he was 43. The girl converted to Islam and took the name Noor al-Hussein. This event was covered in the Western press. No one believed that this couple had a future and that the people of Jordan would accept this woman. Everyone thought that she would forever be a stranger in the country. As Queen Noor admitted, it was not an easy decision for her to become the wife of a king who was much older than her and had several children and 3 marriages in the past. In her 2003 memoir entitled Leap of Faith, Memoir of an Unexpected Life, she wrote, "I will not deny that the idea of being his fourth wife or anybody's fourth wife was troubling to me. However, to everyone's surprise, it turned out to be the happiest marriage of King Hussein. They raised 4 children, 2 sons and 2 daughters, and lived together for 21 years until the death of the king in 1999. Queen Noor was born and raised in America, but she was of Syrian-Lebanese descent and spoke Arabic fluently. Therefore, she became popular in Jordan and eventually gained the respect of many Jordanians. Prior to meeting the king, Noor worked in architecture and urban planning. However, after her marriage, she devoted herself to royal duties, and she was great in this role. Queen Noor was active in social work. She especially liked to deal with environmental issues at the international level. When King Hussein passed away in 1999, his son from his second marriage, Abdullah II, took his place, and the oldest son of Queen Noor, Hamza, was declared crown prince. The widow felt confident in the palace because her son was next in line for the throne. However, in 2004, her position became less stable when King Abdullah II removed Hamza as crown prince and announced that his oldest son, Al-Hussein, would be next in line to the throne. Despite the fact that the wife of Abdullah II, Rania, became the new queen of Jordan, Noor was kept her title and everyone continued to call her a queen. However, as you understand, it is difficult for 2 queens to get along in one palace. Relations between them became increasingly tense. The women are said to have been far from understanding each other for years. The relationship of these 2 queens was frosty from the start. Their dislike began back in 1993 during the wedding of Rania and Abdullah II. Queen Noor was invited to the ceremony, but when the official photos were taken with the whole family, the then queen was not included. This angered Noor so much. When Rania took Queen Noor's place on the throne, their rivalry intensified. Unlikely Queen Rania wanted to share the spotlight with anyone. Probably she saw Noor as a threat to her, so the widow had to take a less prestigious role. However, she continued to live in Jordan and engage in social work on behalf of numerous international organizations. In 2021, tensions between Noor and the Jordanian royal couple finally reached their peak. Queen Noor's oldest son, Prince Hamza, was accused of attempting to destabilize the Kingdom of Jordan and fomenting unrest. Hamza had to renounce his title and personally apologize to the king. However, he still was punished. The King of Jordan personally stated that Hamza was placed under house arrest. His movements were limited due to his erratic behavior and aspirations. Abdullah II also stated that the crisis which resulted in Hamza's house arrest started when Jordan's military chief of staff visited Hamza and warned him to stop attending meetings with critics of the government. Like any mother, Queen Noor was shocked by the news of her son's arrest. She called the allegations of her son plotted a coup as wicked slander. She didn't believe that her son was capable of such an act. She posted the following statement on her Twitter: "Playing that truth and justice will prevail for all the innocent victims of this wicked slander. God bless and keep them safe." Queen Noor also called King Abdullah's decision to restrict the communications, place of residence and movement of her son as truly bizarre. "Some truly bizarre and stranger than fiction stuff circulating right now," she wrote on Twitter. Since then, tensions between the ruling royal family and Queen Noor have intensified. Noor also had to leave Jordan and now lives mostly in America and in the United Kingdom. It is believed that she has 2 UK homes, in London and Berkshire. It's not surprising that no one wanted to see Noor at the wedding of Crown Prince of Jordan Al Hussein in June 2023, because the Jordanian royals probably still see Queen Noor and her children as a threat. Tensions between Noor and the ruling royal family could have spoiled everything. Moreover, it wasn't just a wedding, it was the presentation of the future king of Jordan. And now no one doubts that the next king of Jordan will be the oldest son of Abdullah II, and none of the children of Queen Noor will be entitled to the throne, and this fact probably upsets her. However, despite the conflict with the ruling royal family of Jordan, 71-year-old Queen Noor continues to lead an active social life. She is still heavily involved in humanitarian and environmental affairs. On her Twitter, she shares events from her life. In May 2023, for example, she delivered a speech at the UWC International New York Gala. She also continues to hope that her son, who lost freedom and his title of Crown Prince, will be released from house arrest. She recently posted a message on her Twitter: "The true mark of a noble spirit is the one that can maintain its integrity and grace even in the darkest of times." As you can see, the royal world seems to be beautiful and glamorous, but in fact it is full of intrigue and deceit. Who do you like more, Queen Noor or Queen Rania? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share your thoughts with me, to click like and to subscribe. See you next time.